There he is, Brian. We got out-scooped, Brian.
They ruined it for
They
us, man.
ruined it for us. You know, when I saw you tweet that, I was like, that's the bat signal. That's the bat. That just lets everyone know that you've got news, and then they dig around, and then boom, they're gonna beat you to the punch.
I know. It was like the worst timing. I was like, man, I'm gonna break it on Ariel's show. It's gonna be big news. And then I wake up to like a whole bunch of, tweets and Instagram stories. I'm like, oh man, they got me.
It's all good. By the way, most importantly, can I see the hair? What's going on over here?
We got the skullet, baby.
Oh my
It's
God.
it's gonna make its debut December 16th.
Yeah, this is crazy. Who inspired this?
You know what happened? I'm bald. I'm bored. I'm like, I'm sitting around with this whole neck brace on when I first got the surgery, and I'm like, my hair started growing. I'm like, well, I can't grow hair on top. I'm like, but it's growing on the sides and the back. So I got the nice lines.
Yeah.
We got all faded up, and then the back's coming in.
This is incredible. You're gonna fight like that? Please say yes.
Yeah, we're letting it grow. It's called the skullet.
Okay, I love it. It's Paul Heyman-esque. I don't know if you know Paul Heyman from the world of WWE, but he used to have like a ponytail, but
Yeah.
no hair up top here, but an actual ponytail. I don't know if you're gonna go that far, but another great New Yorker.
I don't know. We're gonna see how long we could take it. If we can get the mullet part growing down long, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I used to have like tails in the back when I was a young kid, so I figured bring it back.
I love it. All right, so what's the news? Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
So it took some hurdles to get through, and Hunter actually texted me and said I was officially cleared, which was amazing to hear because I didn't know really where I was going to be. I was kind of up in limbo, thinking it might all be over with the UFC, and then I honestly got the best opportunity there is to make a comeback, and I got a fight with Cody Garbrandt on December 16th, T-Mobile Arena on a big pay-per-view card. So I'm excited.
This is incredible. Former champion, huge name, well-respected fighter on the last pay-per-view of the year, a massive card. I mean, this couldn't have worked out any better for you, right?
No, honestly, I was like surprised that this was the case. I thought maybe I'd get back and get someone, on the come up, like someone that, was kind of a prospect. And I didn't even know if I was going to be back. It was kind of all up in the air. And I know Sean Shelby had that conversation with me months back and said, as long as everything gets cleared, we'll definitely have you back. And I didn't know if that was going to be the case because I knew Hunter was kind of skeptical about everything with the injury. And, supposedly Sean Shelby pushed for me. He was a man of his word. So, I'm really appreciative of that. And they gave me the biggest opportunity I could ask for, honestly. It's crazy how things work. I feel like, you get complacent in the game, and the time off has like really rejuvenated me and made me like really excited about the game again. And I couldn't ask for a better fight to come back to.
Is it true? I saw something I wanted to confirm with you. I don't even know if you know the answer, but this fan that Dana White has now made a part of the matchmaking team, he alluded to the fact that he had booked a Cody Garbrandt fight, and obviously you're the fight. Is it true that this young man was the one who put this fight together? Do you know anything about this?
Sweepstakes Joe, baby.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
You know what? It was the wildest thing because I had heard Cody Garbrandt's name directly from Sean Shelby before that, right? So I'm laying there at night in bed watching Dana's interview, and I'm like, no, tell me this guy came and stole that fight for me, and gave it to somebody else because I didn't know if he was talking about me or someone else. So I'm like, what are the chances that this guy picked me out of the whole roster? And what I think happened was I think Cody probably had a lead himself about me. And he probably told this guy, like, hey, listen, like, make my fight for December against this guy because I'm supposed to fight him. But we didn't have a date yet. So I think we were going to originally be January. But then this guy was at the PI, and I guess he made the fight for December, which I wanted to fight before the end of the year, too. So it all worked out.
Perfect. Do you think Cody wanted you? Like, do you think he asked for you?
I don't think he specifically asked for me, but I do think, he might look at me as a good fight for him to kind of bounce back in his career. I know, he's had some tough losses, and then he had that kind of lackluster fight against Trevin Jones. And so maybe he looks at me as like a good kind of, bounce back and get back in the win column type of thing. But I don't know. I don't think he was really, selecting me specifically.
Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I do see it like what appears to be a scar on your neck. Is that as a result of the surgery?
Yeah, this is so they go through the front actually when they do the fusion. So
Okay.
yeah, this is just a scar from the procedure, but it takes a long time to go away to heal. I haven't really been putting any stuff on it, and I've been out in the sun a little bit, so that doesn't help. But yeah, that's just a
Nope.
scar.
Okay. When did you have the surgery? Do you recall the day, the month?
Yeah, so it was May 25th, which is actually pretty quick of a
Yes.
recovery. I expected to go this quick, but
Yeah. Did they expect that? Did they tell you there was a chance you may fight this year after having the surgery? Well, at this point, what, 5 months ago?
yeah, I mean, it was 5 months ago, and honestly, Shelby was all about having me back as far as what I heard, but then Hunter was kind of on the other side of things, and he was more on the safety side of things and my age, and he thought it was going to take a year or two for me to come back, and I said no, like I know other UFC fighters that have had this procedure. Give me a chance, just let me fully recover, and we'll go from there. I'll let you know. And my surgeon, he evaluated me like about a month or two after the surgery. I believe it was like 2 months, and he said I was healing super fast. Like the bones were, it was already almost fused, and that he had he was very confident that I would be back after like 3 months time. So I was taking his word, and I was telling them, and they were just like, "Listen, get full clearance, and we'll go from there." And I didn't think Hunter was going to allow this, but they were willing to give me this chance, and a big chance. So I'm excited about it.
When did you get fully cleared?
So I got fully cleared by the surgeon about a month ago, or a month and a half.
Okay. And how does it feel? Like, have you sparred? Have you done everything? Or are you a little still
Yeah, no,
tentative?
I feel like a whole new fighter. I feel like I was dealing with this for years, to be honest with you. I mean, I hurt my neck originally probably over like 3 years ago, where I remember like really hurting it, and I didn't get an MRI or anything. I just kind of took the time to like get my strength back. And it was honestly worse at that point than it was right before I got the surgery. It was just the fact that the UFC saw my MRI and were like, we can't let you fight unless you address this. So now that I'm fixed up, I feel like a whole new man, and it's been holding up good in the gym. I've been testing it out, and I feel great.
I remember speaking to you before you got the surgery. You were very down, and I think you were wondering if your career was over. How down did you get? Like, did you really start to believe that it might be done?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of long nights where I was kind of wondering what my future was going to be, and the UFC is everything to me. Like I want to end my career with the UFC, and I know that. So I was like, man, I just hope it doesn't end this way. And I was, keeping my faith up, trying to pray and just like manifest that I would get back, and get back in a big way. And it's crazy to me how this came about. I really didn't expect this kind of opponent, but this is a real true chance for me to kind of erase my whole entire path with the UFC and start completely clean. Like I beat a guy like Cody Garbrandt, and the sky's the limit for me where I'm at, as a free agent after this. So I'm excited about it.
So this is your last fight on the contract.
Yeah, this is the last fight on the
Wow.
deal.
So do or die for you. Do you feel that way? If it doesn't go your way, it may be it for you in the UFC.
Yeah, so essentially do or die, like I'm motivated though, and I feel like, now that I'm healthy, like I feel better than ever. Like, people are gonna underestimate me based off those last performances that I had, but I feel like this is a new me both mentally and physically, and it's up to me to go in and show that.
I like that. You're putting everything on the line. What do you make of him at this point in his career? Where he's at? What's your assessment of him?
He's had a big downfall with some fights that he's had, but he's always fought the top guys, and he's always been a dangerous guy. Even if he's lost in those firefights where he gets caught. Some would say maybe his chin is a little bit suspect. I'm going to go in there and test that, honestly, but I'm not going to look at it as, oh, I have a diminished Cody Garbrandt. I'm going to look at it as I have the best guy that came off that Dominic Cruz performance, because I find him still dangerous. He's still fast. He still has power, and I'm sure he wants to make a statement as well.
He looked good in his last fight, got a win. Did you feel like he showed improvement from the losing streak and how he looked in those fights?
I don't think so. I feel like Trevin Jones was very hesitant in that fight. I feel like they kind of both were a little bit. He looked comfortable, but sometimes you feel comfortable because the opponent gives you no threat. And I feel like Trevin Jones didn't really go at him and give him that threat and showed him a little bit too much respect. And I feel like the way you beat Cody is you show him no love.
Wow. Pardon the pun. Well done. Any rap songs written for this fight? I mean, this is a big one. A lot on the line. Neck surgery, no love. I mean, I feel like there's a lot to work with there. Skullet.
I feel like I fail you every time with with this
Yeah.
music stuff.
I mean, I
I gotta write something good, you know.
gotta
Maybe
have.
for the post fight win on the mic. That's a good time
Yo,
to
you break
spit
out a
something.
freestyle. That would be incredible with the hair. Superstar.
Yeah,
By the way, can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Above your right shoulder, who is that? Is that a women's fighter? No, on the side of the wall over there. Is that someone with their hand raised, or is that you? It looks like they're wearing a
So
shirt.
that
Yeah.
over here is me, all the way up on the wall. That's me for my first amateur fight ever. It was at Foxwoods.
Oh wow.
I,
Oh,
yeah, I won
Are you
by
wearing a shirt?
TKO.
Are you wearing like a gi or something?
No. That's a referee wearing that shirt.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a referee in the picture.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't really see. I thought it was like Valentina Shevchenko or something.
No, and then we got this
Oh,
guy.
you got that?
He's gonna make a big comeback too. Look at this guy.
That's your guy. I had that. I gave that one to Connor. I wonder if he gave it. You bought one of those?
No, they sent me this. They sent me a couple.
That's incredible. That's a great card that you're on. He's not on it, unfortunately. But you're on a great card there. Last pay per
No,
view of the
and
year.
then hopefully I could fight this guy after I come back and make a big splash. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah. You kind of look like Marab with crazy hair. Now that I look at it, right, with the beard and everything.
I know. I need the jacket.
Yeah. Are you going to be training with
It's
those guys?
crazy, man. It's not too far. If I can go in there and knock out Cody Garbrandt, like I feel like I can. I feel like I can catapult myself right back into the top 10. I mean, is that realistic?
Cody Garbrandt win would be huge for you. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, of your career. He's a big name still. I thought looked pretty good in his last fight. I know. Maybe the opponent wasn't like a top tier opponent, but still got back on track. Didn't get rocked. Didn't get knocked out. Showed some some flashes of the old no love. I love this fight. I think it's huge.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I'm excited. And also this guy, like he doesn't like to fight top contenders. So like, you know, I feel like I'm in the running after this fight.
You think he beats Cheeto?
Man, I think Cheeto's gotten a lot better over the years, and I think the fact that he has that win over O'Malley is like a big feather in his cap. I think for confidence going back in there with him. I mean, he did get somewhat lucky with the way it played out, but I feel like he was, you know, he was doing well. He was landing a couple of good leg kicks, and that was what caused it. So I think he can do the same thing. You know, if he chews up the leg, he definitely slow him down.
You've moonlighted as MMA media. You've got great takes. So can I ask you, Edwards Covington, main event of that card? Who do you like?
I feel like I like Edwards. I feel like he's on another level right now. Like striking wise, he's got very good accuracy and timing, and his takedown defense with Usman in that second fight looked amazing. You know, it was very hard to take down. Colby kind of wins fights by grinding you out and taking you down over and over. He does put out more volume, but I think Edwards has a little bit more pinpoint striking.
What about Tony and Patty?
Man, that's a crazy fight that they made, right? I mean, I'm like kind of surprised at that fight, but also at the same time, you know, a lot of people kind of felt like, oh man, like I feel bad for Tony, but this is actually probably a more winnable fight for Tony than the other ones he's had before this. So like, I find it's less dangerous this fight than those other fights that he was losing. You know, Nate Diaz and then Chandler, and he has a good chance. You know, like if he comes with the right mindset and he really makes those changes he's been talking about, I think you know I think everybody wants to see Tony, you know, get a win now. So hopefully he gets it done.
What about Islam and Alex this weekend?
Man, I'm rooting for Alex just because, like, I think it's gangster that he steps up and does this, you know, even especially on short notice. But that first fight was, you know, it was a pretty evenly matched fight. You know, could have 3-2 either way. I know Islam thinks like 4-1, but he gave Islam his toughest fight, in my opinion. So I want to see what he can do on short notice. They say his body's healthy. And sometimes when you go in short notice, the pressure is a lot less. So I want to see Alex get it done. That'd be cool.
Yo, speaking of gangster, you got neck surgery 5 months ago, man, and you're preparing to fight Cody Garbrandt in 2 months. That's insane. That I thought we wouldn't
Let's
see you for
go.
like a year after that.
I know, honestly, I had no idea like what to expect because you don't even know how you're going to recover from these things and if your body's going to hold up well. But I was dealing with a lot of issues for a while. It's just like you know, I was hoping after this I was gonna feel better than I ever felt, and that's the case. Like no more nerve issues and weakness and stuff like that. So you know, it was definitely worth getting the procedure done and taking care of it. And man, I don't know. I just feel like this is just such a huge opportunity for me to bounce back in a big way. Like even the guys that I fought before this fight weren't really as big of a name as Cody. He has a huge following. So this is a big chance for me to steal all that.
Amazing. Well, welcome back. Thanks for coming on to talk about it. Delighted that you are back and healthy, and can't wait for this one. This is a big one. It's an exciting one. It's an interesting one. Shout out to that kid if he actually put it together. That's tremendous work on his part, and great for
Yeah.
you as well. So, thanks, Brian. And the hair is fantastic. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I doubt there is. No, not that one. The other one, the original hair. Yeah, yeah, that's
Let's
tremendous.
go, baby.
Yo, that is tremendous. You go to a barber to do that?
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm back in the barbershops. I missed the barbershops for
Yeah.
so many
Oh,
years.
that's
So
right. Now you
it's
have a
been fun.
reason. Ah, tremendous. I love it. Thanks, Brian. All the best. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me on. I appreciate it.
Anytime. There he is, Brian Boom Kelleher. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.